You know, at this point, I think it's best I put a disclaimer at the beginning of the videos, because I put it like this: for people who think that they're real and they want the truth, and then when you actually provide the truth to them, they freak out because they can't handle it. Look, I put it like this: I cannot help you if you're not willing to listen, so you just need to move on as far as I'm concerned. Now, speaking of moving on, I want to talk about this real quick, because I want to talk about, you know, to the sports community here, not just on YouTube, but hopefully this reaches out to your own personal communities that you have, you know, whether it's in this city, in your town, in your state, around the world, wherever, because this is happening everywhere, okay? Now, before I start, I want to say congratulations to the Philly sports media. Congratulations, okay? Radio stations, TV stations, all you guys, congratulations. You have done everything in your power to stay as counterproductive as possible and cost productive as possible. I don't understand this, how you can get these fans and turn them into these ignorant balls of mush and think that that's okay. But as long as you're getting ratings, it's okay. It's cool, right? You know, while all these things that are happening in this city sports-wise that need your help, you will take and take and take. Once again, I've said it before, but when these places need your help, you are never around. And that's what we're going to talk about today. At first, we're going to start with the Wing Bowl. That's right, the Wing Bowl. Now, people, understand, I'm sure you already see the title. Yes, the Wing Bowl is for gluttons and sluts. No one is going to sit here and deny this as far as I'm concerned. And I urge you, people, all right, if you don't know what the Wing Bowl is, go on Google, just type in Wing Bowl, and go to the images, and be amazed. And I'll show you some images today. That's right. I'm not going to show you but too many, but then just be amazed at the ball of ignorance that is around there, okay? So, let's get into this. Before I start the Wing Bowl, I want to talk about 2 weeks ago when me and my people, we went to the Fox and Hound, right? To Sports Bar, go get a drink, catch up on things, and just talk. You know what I mean? Okay. Now that we're there, WIP is there. And, of course, we didn't know at the time, so we're like, what's going on? WIP is setting up a stage so that they can have Miss Wingette 2014. Pretty much, Miss Wingette is a drunk whore who doesn't know what the hell she's doing, doesn't know anything about sports, and doesn't even eat wings. But it doesn't matter, right? Because as long as she looks good and as long as she shows her tits, that's all that matters, right? Okay, now, as this atrocity went on, right? Now, mind you, we're just there. It actually got pretty sickening. So they bring up all these drunk girls, and it's about 5 or 7 of them, you know. And, you know, most of the answers that they give are, woo! That's not an answer, okay? But when they're asking them about their talents, okay, and the one girl replies, my talent is that every guy wants to sleep with me. Really? That's talent? The other girl was like, my talent is that I collect bugs and specimens in my bedroom. That's not a talent. That's just you collecting bugs and specimens. Not talent. Okay? This is the level of people that they're bringing on stage, okay? So you already know. The people, the patrons that are watching, they don't care about your answers. It's either tits or get the fuck out. But that's the stigma that you bring along, WIP. That's what you caused, okay? Now, they get to the sports part. And, of course, all the girls swear they're sports fans, you know? But when you're missing easy questions like, who's the new Eagle, you know, who's the Eagles' new head coach, and you don't know, there's a problem. Who plays second base for the Phillies, and you don't know, there's a problem. You don't know who plays first base for the Phillies, and that's a problem. See, this is something that really does not need to happen. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't need to be put on a stage. These people don't need to be highlighted, as far as I'm concerned, in a positive light, because there's nothing positive about it, all right? The one girl even confessed her love for Al Morganti. I would love to meet him in more ways than one. Whatever, all right? Mind you, these girls are like 21 years old. They don't know any better. And then when they go on, I think it got to a point where the one guy asked the one girl, he was like, why do you think that you deserve to be Miss Wingette 2014? You know what she says? Because I like to party and get drunk and have sex. Woohoo! That's your answer. At that point, we made our exit out of Fox and Hound because of how disgusting it was. Just saying. You know? It's just, it goes to show you that places like WIP, like I said, these radio stations, this is what they do. For some reason, they think it's okay to sponsor and get all these people together to watch fat, gluttonous people stuff their gullet with meat, all right, and have women half naked to get you to come and watch. So let me get this straight. You can put all that effort and say, we're going to give you food and sex appeal, and that will be enough to drive you guys down here. You also have to understand as well that this causes a problem, all right? They are one step away from someone having a heart attack and dying, or someone getting raped, especially when you're throwing alcohol into the mix and a bunch of horny guys. You've got to be kidding me if you think that this is okay. But this is what we celebrate these days, right? This is what we should be celebrating. What do you say to that guy? Hey, fat ass, way to eat. Is that what you're going to say to him? What is the redeeming quality of this? Oh, wait, we still got the TNA portions of this. So let's get this straight. You'll take pictures of this and this, but we can't get the media's attention for this.
As you can see, I'm at Samuel's right now, recording this. Look at this. Cracks all over the place that need to be fixed up. Goes to show y'all, it's about 9 a.m. out here. But I got tipped off that it's gonna be a little bright here. I got tipped off, look at this, rims, like backboards and rims missing. I was tipped off by basketball players around here that they took down the rims in the basketball courts, you know, for basketball. Like, where are they gonna go? Now, granted, it's cold out here, it's snowing, but also understand that these people they still play outside, because sometimes the indoors are not open, all right, for the rec centers. And you have to understand that, especially now with what the city is doing. For those who don't know, city workers, if you worked at the rec center and he hired you even though you had a second job, now they're firing people because they're saying it's not fair to others that they have 2 jobs as opposed to others who have none. But they knew that when they hired them. As you can see, I'm still walking around. You can see my shadow in this. Walking around, this is Samuel's basketball court. But this is what I mean. If you're taking away everything from people, what are they supposed to do? Then you expect them to just sit around and do nothing. Then you wonder why crime is up around here. Come on, man. But yet I'm asleep, right? I'm asleep. Look at all this. Cracks all over the place. Clearly, they need to be fixed. You know, and I'm sure that some people will say, well, it's not as bad as my court or whatever. That's not the point. The upkeep on this place has been horrendous. This is trash. And yet, we're supposed to be okay with that. So what I'm going to do is, like I did with the other place, in Makevich, I'm going to have to talk to some people and see what's going on. Maybe they're thinking about fixing things. I don't know. It seems like the playground's pretty much intact. But that's about it.
You can go online and find thousands of pictures for the Wing Bowl, and just about as sick and vile pictures as possible of people just disgusting order, porn stars, wannabe porn stars, amateur porn stars, models, all these people coming out to be sponsored, wearing shirts, everyone's getting paid. But we can't get people to come out and look at a basketball court for renovation to keep people off the streets. Matter of fact, since I mentioned Makevich in that video, why don't we take a look at today on what Makevich looks like.
As you can see, I'm at Makevich, and remember, we've been talking about this for quite a bit when it comes to getting this place restored and how they took down the rims. They only still have 1 rim up and 1 backboard. This used to be a premier spot to play basketball in, all right? And now look at it. No other court. Can't even play full court here now. And every time I come here, mind you, this has been since, what, summer, end of fall? I've been talking to these people, and still nothing. As you can see, nothing is going on here. Actually, they even have one on the side here. So you got 2 rims that go back to back, and that's it. And it's kind of sad because they said this used to be a premier spot to play in. Look, we got people bringing their dogs over here to have a shit and carrying on. This is ridiculous. And they saw me just a minute ago. They came over here and they walked over here because they thought that I was going to let them just park their curb their dog right here on the court. What does this tell you, man? So what? They're going over to the hockey park now. Over to the hockey park. That used to be a tennis court. Now it's actually a hockey park. And now also that pool over there has never been filled. Hasn't been filled in years. So it goes to show you the upkeep of this place. So you're just taking everything away. Still, play area is okay. But the upkeep for these places are absolutely atrocious. And every time you try to talk to these people, they're not here or whatever. It makes no sense. None whatsoever. Look, they're gonna curb your dog on the hockey court over there, on the hockey rink. It's ridiculous. And as these people proceed to let their dog go to the bathroom on a hockey rink, right in front of the goalie net, guess what? That's their car right there, parked on the sidewalk. What does this tell you, dude? They don't care. People around here just don't care anymore. It's fucking pathetic. Make no damn sense. Look, they're still over there. Still over there. I don't know if you can see it from here. Still over there. Make no damn sense, man.
I love how the media, especially these radio stations, talk about family values and core values, and then you pull this garbage. Makes no sense to me. Just not too long ago, WMMR on the radio, they destroyed this little girl who was singing the national anthem at a sporting event. The entire time that little girl was trying to sing the national anthem, they're sitting there saying, well, I hope that's not her American Idol audition. Seriously. Some of these people need to be put out the pasture, and as we all know, every radio station says the same thing. We want to be better than the next. That's their thing. We want to be the best. Well, guess what? If you're following the same blueprint as the rest of them, you're not going to be the best. You're not going to get nowhere. You're all in the same place. You're running fast. You're going nowhere running fast. At a dead heat, because you're all doing the same thing. No one's thinking outside the box. I find it very funny that these people love to call themselves, you know, Philadelphia sports fans, and they want to talk about Philadelphia sports, but you disrespect those very same athletes, all right, that you talk about on your radio station. They had to start somewhere. And not paying homage to those places, you disrespect them, you disrespect their families, you disrespect their neighborhoods, and this is exactly why those places that need your help turned their back on you, because all you did was take from them, whether it be slang or style or whatever, and then when they need you, you walked away. You wonder why you only cater to a specific demographic instead of branching out so you can get more, you know, listeners or viewers depending on how you do things. You should know by now that video is killing radio. Hell, podcasts are killing radio. But it seems like no one wants to hear that. With all the backing that you have, you can take all your time and money and put it into something as stupid as the damn wing bowl, but you can't help people that you can change lives, dude. Seriously. And I find it funny because I remember just yesterday, one of you clowns came into my last video and was like, you deserve to be in jail. You're a horrible person. You know, why don't you take your videos out on the street and see where that gets you? That's pretty funny because apparently that person has never seen my other videos where I did do interviews on the street. And I told you people that I would do more interviews on the street. And that the documentary that I was doing, how I would show you bits and pieces of it. Well, I guess I have to show some of that today just to shut some of you up because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So let's roll that piece now.
If y'all want to do it, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll do it.
All right.
You don't want to do it?
She don't want to do it, see? All right, we were talking about, was it not too long ago, about the youth and how City Hall is doing renovations, especially in, you know, in City Hall, but not actually at recreation centers or for kids, you know, for somewhere for them to actually stay off the streets. We was wondering, you know, how you felt about that.
I can speak for myself. I have a job.
Okay.
I'm a up-and-coming entrepreneur, so I can't really speak for everyone. But I mean, I think that, you know, there's some bad teens out here. They need somewhere to go. They don't have nowhere to go. So that's why they're on the streets, burning out buildings and, you know, all that other stuff.
Now, do you think some of that comes from the responsibility from actually the mayor and the city officials?
Yeah, because you know, they waste the money. They can use it for this stuff to keep the kids inside. You know, keep the kids inside. Homes where the heart is. So, you know, keep the kids inside. They won't do nothing wrong.
Okay. About July 4th, did you guys know about what happened with the shooting?
Got shot.
Yeah. We talked to a lot of police officers at the time when we were out there. Of course, none of them would speak on camera to us, but speaking to them, they had said that they couldn't handle the actual situation that happened. Do you think with that situation, do you think they'll be able to handle the Labor Day 3A event coming up?
No, because like the kids here, like nowadays, they're really reckless. Like it's honestly, it's not okay what they're doing. Like I personally think they just need a place to go to. They have nothing else better to do with their lives, so they're just like, well, let's go mess stuff up. That's not okay. Like go find a hobby. I dance all the time. You know, I know people who like invest their time in music. So yeah, and, like I'd rather them not do that, but I don't think they could because of how like everyone comes in a big colony and then just like attacked.
And since it's an open concert, and since the people who are going to be there, everybody wants to see, it's going to be like, oh yeah, let's go jump over the gates. Let's go mob in the middle of the whole concert. Like, they're going to ruin it for everybody. That's why I'm not going.
And that's one thing the police had said. They said they were overwhelmed from July 4th. They had said that, you know, they didn't have enough manpower. And of course, with the shooting, the concert, and with the protesters that night, they couldn't handle anything. There was times where we saw, you know, school buses coming up, and it was just cops were just coming off of school buses. You know, so with the 3-day event, a lot of people feel as though, or at least the mayor and his staff, feel that it's going to be a positive thing. But as we've been,
it's not. It's not going to. Maybe for the first day.
Not even the first day.
The first day is gonna be the worst day. The first hour is gonna, and then after that, after people start mobbing down there, it's over. Like, it's not.
Do you think the media speaks more on a negative tone all the time, as opposed to not showing you positive things?
Yes.
It's kind of hard to show positive sometimes, especially with the things that are going on. Like, teenagers give us a bad rep because we're not all like that. Like, people like us, we decide not to join those places. So yeah, they do focus on the negative because that's the easiest part about it. There's not really a lot of positive to focus on when it comes to mobbing.
And that's the thing, when I speak to the mayor, because I've been trying to get meetings with him time and time again, and he keeps pushing us off. That's the first thing, that's what started this documentary. He came out on his Twitter and said, you know, young people, yes. They spend more time talking on there, and they try to push positive things on Twitter, but they tend to ignore a lot of negative things that need to be fixed. And that's especially in bad neighborhoods. And that's what this is about, because he came out and said, you know, young people aren't doing their part when it comes to being positive, and that they need to show more, you know, substance. And we were coming out saying, you know, hey, wait a minute, there are a lot of young people. Really? Yeah, like right in the middle. Anyways, there are a lot of young people out there being positive, but of course, they don't get that exposure. That's what we wanted to show today. So, but that's the problem with City Hall so far. We've had so many interviews where people were just like, you know, we hope that they put the money into bad neighborhoods and rec centers and parks and things of that nature, or other programs. As you know, they tried to shut down libraries, and they try to tax soda and all this other stuff, you know, but they'll keep liquor stores open longer, you know, which makes no sense. And as you all know, liquor stores in bad neighborhoods, they don't mix.
Someone's gonna get to it somewhere.
Exactly. Right. So yeah.
I mean, but we don't want people to be like. I mean, even if we had those programs, I don't think people are going to go. So I know I wouldn't. Why would I go to the rec center?
Well, with programs, especially in school, do you think if it's a specific program that you'd be tailored to, that more people would go to?
It depends. It depends. Like.
Well, of course, on the subject of whatever.
Of course, it has to draw your attention. We just have to hope that it draws those kids' attention. Like I said, if there was something dance involved, I would jump right on it. But not everybody wants to dance. Not everybody wants to sing. So there's a lot of stuff you never know what they're into. So they're like, oh, since nothing draws my attention, I'm just going to go wreck it because that's what I'm attracted to. You know?
Do you think it also reflects on the dropout rate when it comes to kids dropping out of school?
Because no one's focusing on what you want to do. They're like they take the big picture ideas, like she said, dancing. They won't take like little stuff. They don't have time to sit down and be like, what do you want to do, and like build programs on like different stuff.
So do you think high school, let's say high school, as you get later into the grades, do you think it should be more like a college system where you actually get to pick your classes and go at certain times?
My school is that way. I go to Central, so
okay.
We get selections and whatever we do.
The more electives, the more people are more interested. I find that out, like, cause I go to ENS, and when they offered the biomedical program or the engineering program, people was like, and they offered the anatomy classes and the psychology and stuff, it was more like people actually wanted to be there and do it versus just having just straight math, English, social studies, science.
So like I said before, I let the proof show. You can keep talking and talking online all y'all want. I just let the proof show and shut y'all up. But understand, the youth that have been through these things, they know. As you can see in the interview, they know. They see the problems. But no one's listening to them. Also, while they're being constantly blamed by the mayor and all these other places. You look down on them as if, not, all of them aren't very bright and everyone's just following trends at this point when that's not, simply not the case. It's sad that a majority of them do it. But if you can pick out, certain people, you can see, the individuals that really do want to try and make a difference or at least try to stay out of trouble. Seems like no one cares about that anymore. So what's going to happen to the people once you start shutting all these basketball courts down? And I have so much more footage I can show you. I really do. Like I said, I'm just going to roll it out slowly but surely. I just don't understand how people can get behind the wing bowl when places and rec centers are shutting down, and then you complain about crime. Where are you supposed to go? Huh? What are you supposed to do? You want them to sit in the house and do nothing? Some of you gamers said that poor people don't even deserve to play video games. So you want them to sit in the house? They can't. It was up to you. They wouldn't be playing video games. They can't go outside to go play basketball or football or wherever because the places are down. They don't have after-school programs anymore because they're taking that out because of the funding. What are they supposed to do? Where do you think it's going to go? But that's not supposed to be the media's problem, right? They're just supposed to just report the news. They can influence you to do all these other things. I can't tell you how many people I see on Twitter, oh my God, look at Preston and Steve, look what they did with all these girls, and I'm going to, follow this girl now and all that. You got to be kidding me. Those chicks do not give a damn about you. It's about money. The fans, yeah, they care about the fans to an extent. You want to know why? Because it keeps them in the limelight so they get money. They don't care about anything else. Who else can take off clothes for money? I mean, seriously. And they get an ego about themselves. That's all it takes? Really? That's what it takes. When y'all ready to step up to the plate and start helping neighborhoods, then you can come talk to me, okay? And players, I'm telling you now, people around this area, in your areas, seriously, pick up a camera. Start showing these people what's going on. It's your biggest weapon. Not a gun, a camera. And your voice. That's all it takes. It seems like everybody else can get on camera and talk about, like I said, George Zimmerman, Justin Bieber, or whoever you want to say, but something's wrong in your neighborhood and dare you show a camera because you don't want to be looked at as a snitch or anything like that, right? But you about the truth. You're supposed to be the truth though, right? Man, a lot of you just talk right past me, man. Seriously. Some of y'all say y'all don't care, y'all die hard. Well, you're not supposed to care what other people think about you, right? So do you. Go ahead, get that camera. Who cares what people think, right? At least you're trying something. At least you're doing something. You're doing more than what they are. Like I said, there's a lot of people I'm sure that's going to come in here and try to bag down on me in the comments. Are they doing anything? No. Same thing. And this goes from all the media. Like I said, it can be from here to Delaware Valley, stretched across. Nobody's doing anything. People from Philly, ballers, pick a camera and show what's going on in your hood. And if you don't, contact me. Maybe I've already been there to show it, but contact me. I'll come down there personally. I'll put you on camera with it. We talk. It's not a problem. See, nobody wants to do any legwork. They want to do as little work as possible while making it seem like they really give a damn. I'm sick of it. I really am. Radio stations, you've been put on notice. All right? I did this last year, and I exposed 97.5 for what they were. This one is WIP. I'm exposing you for what it is, because all you, like I said, you all run the same blueprint. So if I'm talking about one radio station, I'm actually pretty much talking about all of them, because you all do the same thing. And you all should be ashamed of yourself, but you're not, right? It's okay for you to come and contact me and ask me about X amount of YouTubers or who you think you can hire. And yes, a lot of you guys in the Philly community understand this. They've asked me about you, all right? And now there's a couple of you that got a couple of fans, and a couple of followers. Now you think you're the man. Stop that, all right? You've been talking yourself out of a job, not even out of a job, out of a career. Because I put it like this, giving you a 2-hour time slot to talk about sports, you and I both know that's nothing. You can do that standing on your head. But these guys who's doing it now aren't doing it because they're not hungry. They're complacent. They're comfortable. They don't have that fire anymore. You know it and I know it. But when you talk too much and you play yourself, you shoot yourself in the foot. Every time. Look, I'm done here, man. I'm not going to harp on this too much, all right, about you YouTubers. Like I said, I'm going to get at y'all because y'all done got a little bit too big. I told you before, just because I took some time off doesn't mean you can sit in my throne. It doesn't go like that way. Like I said, man, y'all want the truth, come get the truth. But if y'all gonna do that, then at least show something when you're doing something. Show that you give a damn. It seems like we don't get enough of that. Like I said, it doesn't take long to take a camera, point a camera at something that's abandoned, or seriously, it doesn't. Start showing. Because you know and I know the media doesn't represent you. They're not going to show that. Unless, someone was killed in your area. Then they'll come down, report it, and then leave because they got their ratings. You know how that go. I'm calling on the radio's bluff. You're so important to the community. You're all about Philly. Start proving it.